Hey, welcome to this edition of Inside the Huddle. We're joined with Elkhart head coach Romison Saint-Louis. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Coach, for those not familiar, you just became the new head coach at Elkhart. Kind of walk us through what it was about Elkhart that interested you and uh, why you made the move.
Yeah, so previous 4 years ago, I was at Elkhart Memorial when they were split, Elkhart Central, Elkhart Memorial. So I was Elkhart Memorial for 3 years as a defensive coordinator. So I'm familiar with Elkhart. I got family in Elkhart, so I called it home before, and I'm excited to call it home once again. And it's just a wonderful community, a very diverse community. Um, in regards to racially and socioeconomically. So it's just a good place for me to raise my family, to raise my two kids. And I just enjoy the school community and just the students. We got some great kids. And so I've been fortunate to obviously be there, and just the opportunity to come back. It was something that I couldn't pass up on.
How much does it help you think in that you're familiar with the area, you're familiar with the community? How much of one, how much of a factor did that play in you coming back? And two, um, I would imagine that kind of gives you a leg up over maybe somebody else that they could have given the job to.
Yeah, it is important, obviously. The biggest thing for me, though, was just I knew what I was getting into, and I understand the community. And again, there's people that they understand the community. They've been invested in the community a lot more. So that's not the end all be all. The biggest thing, though, is that I have the opportunity to build a staff that will serve kids, love kids, and been fortunate to get some really good men to be on staff already that I'm really excited about. Yes, they know football, but more importantly, they love kids, and so that was really important to me. And so we're just excited to get going and get working and serving our community.
Joined today by new Elkhart head football coach Romison Saint-Louis. And coach, you spent 4 seasons at Peru. First off, what was that experience like? And secondly, you went, and we talked about this a little bit before we went live. You went winless your first season to 8 wins in the sectional final your last season. Kind of walk us through that progression that you had at Peru.
Yeah, so yeah, 4 years ago, I took the head job at Peru, and Peru's a wonderful town. And you talk about making a tough decision, and that was a really tough decision to leave. I have absolutely loved my time in Peru. I've loved the community. I've loved the teachers, the students, the administration, everything involved with that community. I just really have enjoyed, and it has helped me grow as a teacher. It has helped me grow as a coach as well. So yeah, so we got there. And 4 years ago, and we did go 0-10. Again, part of the reason I kind of say we probably could have squeaked out two to three wins maybe, but one of the things you kind of live and learn. I changed a lot, and probably a little too much, and that kind of hurt us a little bit. But again, I kind of knew we had to rebuild it. Again, they've had success in the past, so I'm not saying that we had to start from scratch, but there are some things we had to fix. And again, you don't do it without good kids, and you don't do it without good support, and you don't do it without good coaches. And I was fortunate to have that. And together we built something. The year two, we went 6-6, and we actually made it to sectional championship game year two as well. And again, part of that is kids bought in fairly quickly, and we kind of improved as the year went on. Went 6-6 year two. Year three, we went 7-2. Sorry, it's a little noisy. I'm outside. We went 7-2 year two, and we unfortunately didn't even get to play in the playoffs because COVID kind of shut us down. So we didn't get to play in the playoffs, we had a pretty good squad, and I was excited about what we could have done there. And then last year we went 8-3, and we lost in the sectional finals. So again, I'd be lying to you if I said, "Oh, it was just me." That's not how this works. We have good kids, good support. the administration really invested in our weight room and our strength and conditioning efforts to strengthen our kids, to help our kids improve speed and agility wise. And we had good coaches that invested in kids. So it was a group effort for sure.
Coach, I've heard you a couple times now mention kids. And for those not familiar, how would you describe your coaching philosophy? Obviously, wins and losses are important, but what sets the tone for you as a coach?
To me, it all comes down to love, and people say, and people hear me say that sometimes, and they kind of turn sideways because football coaches talking about love. But that to me, that's all that matters. And I told our coaches, it's one thing for you to love football, and it's okay for you to love football. But if you love football more than you love kids, this is not the coaching staff for you. The most important thing is that we love kids and that we serve kids and that we help develop kids. And that's what I'm all about, and everything else will fall into place. And I had a coach who I've heard him say it over and over again, that if football is the only thing we teach kids, we've failed them. Our goal is to, yes, help them win on the field, be champions on the field, but also be champions off the field, be good men, be good husbands and good fathers. And that's the goal.
Coach, you went to Elkhart very recently and take over a program that finished 5-5 last year. Who are some players that we should keep an eye out for this year? And without giving too much away, if you can talk a little bit about what you may look like offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for the coaching staff, the previous coaching staff, and fortunate that we're going to keep the coaching staff pretty much in place. They've done some really good things for Elkhart football, and we're just going to continue to build off of the strong foundation that they have already established. So that part I'm very fortunate, and I'm excited to work there. And again, yes, they did go 5-5, but the year before we talked about sectional championship. And so there is a lot of things that kind of played a role into that. You graduate so many seniors, you get unfortunate injuries and all those kind of things. So I'm really excited for this group. I'm gonna hold off on the names just because
I understand.
I want to take some more time to really get to know our kids. But I will tell you this, that we have a good group of linemen coming back, decent amount of returning starters. We got a good group of skill athletes coming back. One, they were hurt, they lost out on a season, but they're coming back healthy. And then on top of that, you have kids that had to step in, young kids that had to step in, and they've gotten real game time experience, and that's going to be for our benefit down the road. So I'm just excited for the group that we do have. There's a lot of learning for me just to kind of get to know them better, not only who they are on the field, but more importantly, the kind of kids that they are off the field, and work on developing all aspects of the young man that we have in front of us. So again, I think I expect a pretty good year. I'm excited, just excited to work with our kids. And what you're going to see on the field, my biggest thing is that we are multiple. So we want to be able, so we might have a season defensively that we got 4 defensive linemen, we're going to be the 4th front. And we might not have it the next year that we might need to be a 3 front. So we're just going to be multiple in things that we do. And offensively, you're going to see pretty much similar to what you've seen at Elkhart. Heavy focus on spread option football. We will spread the field, but we will be reading people and obviously complement the run and the pass game together. So I just want to be able to put the ball in our playmakers' hands and let them make plays. So I'm excited, and we got some, again, good coaching staff who love kids, and we have some good kids that I'm excited to work and teach and coach.
Well, Coach, I thank you for the time. We look forward to making a short trip up north this season from Indianapolis and taking in a game and seeing what you can do up there.
Well, I appreciate it. And thank you for the time and the coverage. And if there's anything you need from me, you let me know.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.